Graham here with the latest updates from We Share Abundance. We Share Abundance is a cloud nation. We're an emerging nation. We've been around for about 3 years and we have been putting in really solid foundations. We have established our own economy, with our own treasury, social services, currency, and all the things that most nations have. And I've been okay until I started this broadcast. And excuse me again. Hopefully that clears it up for the rest of the updates. Yeah, and we're now increasing our income so that we can put funds into the treasury, increase the standard of living of our citizens. Who are our citizens? It can be anybody. We are the United States of the world, and we accept people and welcome people from every continent, every country, every gender, colour, class, creed, financial status, educational level, any background, and any superficial differences make no difference to us. We don't recognise those differences. We see everyone as a human being. We recognise that every human being is unique, and so every one of our citizens has something unique to offer our community, and therefore is of equal value to every other member. With that said, we should be streaming live on YouTube, Twitch, and in our Facebook group, We Share Abundance Publicly. And I'll be going over there in a moment, but I see we have Lewis in from Portugal in YouTube already. I do know that there is an OnPassive webinar, which is supposed to be going on now, I think, but I tried to get in and I just got a blank page. So I'm not quite sure what's happening with OnPassive, if anything. There has also been this afternoon a webinar with Havasu, and both Havasu and OnPassive are a part of our multiple income streams. And we have lots of our members involved in both of those programs and will either have been on live or wanting to watch the replays or trying to get into OnPassive maybe. Who knows? But right now I'm going to head over to Facebook because that's where we see most of our comments and we are able to interact better with our members. So I'm going to Facebook, and when I get there, Facebook obliging hopefully, I am going to look for the We Share Abundance Publicly group, and we'll be looking for the 20th of May. I want to make sure my speakers are off so that we don't get feedback. Speakers off. Scroll down, 20th of May. Yep, so far so good. We'll get the comments coming up, and there we have Richard in from not far away from me in Devon in the southwest peninsula of England, and we've got Kingsley in from Manchester in the UK, letting me know that I'm coming through loud and clear. Thank you. So with it being a weekend, there's nothing happening development wise, and unless I'm able to do anything, and I've not been able to do anything this today. What I can do is very limited anyway. It's usually setting up a page or something in the website. It's not the complicated or skillful, the highly technical stuff that goes on in the back end. Everything that we have here in We Share Abundance, we've built ourselves from the ground up. None of it is third-party software. None of it is white labeled stuff. It's all our own software. It is our own website. As I say, built from the ground up. We have our own server team. We have several servers. Some of them are just purely for backup. and some of them are because we need to allow for expansion. Um, and we have a team that looks after those servers and protects them from the potential of hacking and attacks from various sources. We have had a few attacks, none recently that I can recall, but there have been some in the past. We've been able to um, divert them or thwart them or whatever. We can just simply switch to another server if we get attacked. And um, it's a very sound system that we've put in place to make sure we have the capability to deal with the millions of members that we are forecasting will be joining in the next 3 to 5 years. Okay, with that said, we normally start, and today will be no different, with a short prayer to help our citizens find the path to happiness. Happiness is what everybody seeks, but most people don't know how to achieve it. They think they'll be happy if they have more money, a bigger house, more time with the kids, pay off their debts. And all these things can affect you and make your life easier, but they won't lead to lasting happiness. Lasting happiness cannot be bought, it can only be earned through loving service to others. And the great side benefit of that is that as you go out and you concentrate your life in being of loving service to others without the thought of reward, everything that you want and need in life will flow to you. That includes that true happiness that is there within you. There are people that have been very successful chasing money. They have more money than they know what to do with, and not necessarily happy. They get involved in divorces and problems. They're stressed out. They have a lot of sickness, and they're always searching for more. What more? What do I need now? I've got all the money that I can make more money. Yeah, pile it up, but it still make me happy. More power. I need more power. I've already got, and they don't know what it is, and it is that loving service to others. So take the stress-free route to happiness, and everything that you want and need in life will flow to you. You will find that true happiness through loving service. And that's what our little prayer is about. And then we'll have a short affirmation as well to help us maintain that non separatist ideology, seeing everybody just as human beings, regardless of colour, class, creed, um, nationality, height, weight, whatever, it doesn't matter. So let's start now with that little short prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we are so happy and grateful for you, and we ask that you bless the We Share Abundance community, that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love, and that through that love, each member finds the joy of service. And through service, bless each member, that they attract into their life everything they want and need, and true happiness. Amen. And the little affirmation we have goes like this: we are so happy and grateful to be citizens of the United States of the world with God and truth as our leaders. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world as it is in heaven, and free us all from divisive inharmony, that we may become perfect citizens in body, mind, and soul of thy world. Okay, as I say, weekends, not a lot going on development-wise, unless we have something very, very special. Developers don't work on the weekend. I've not done anything new on the website. I've just been keeping on top of things and trying to figure out some of the things that we've got planned. And one of the things that we have our own programs within our community. Some of them are totally passive staking plans. We have a stable stake and we have a secondary staking plan, and you can just stake coins and get paid automatically at the end of every month without doing anything. There's no referral commissions. There is no nothing that you need to do. Well, actually, there is, because you need to log in on a daily basis for the secondary staking, and you need to log in, I think, just once in a month for the stable stake. So, but that's it. Okay. But we also have programs that do have affiliate plans and commissions, and we have a very good advertising platform called the Poverty Crusher, which has the most amazing $5 income structure that is available anywhere. We also have the Easy Business Builder, and attached to that we have a platform where we can actually give away paid memberships and get paid for doing it. And that costs nothing. We give you the coupons. All you've got to do is help people out by giving them the coupon, explaining how they work, and those people will also get coupons that they can give away and make money with. No need to put your hand in your pocket for any of that. We also have multiple income streams, which we encourage, because you never know what's going to happen. It doesn't matter how stable something may be, what their plans are for longevity. We plan to be here for generations to come. You never know what's going to happen. All of a sudden, the internet may be made illegal or something. I don't know. You never know. So we encourage multiple income streams, and two of them are Avazu and Non-Passive, which both have webinars today. We have passive programs in there. We have some that are profit sharing. Beyond Infinity is a profit sharing program. They already have businesses that develop huge profits, and they allow you to buy a share of those profits through their Beyond Infinity Gold plan. They have other ways that you can make money in Beyond Infinity as well, but that is their flagship program, and that is a profit share. There is also a program called Incomation, which is another profit share, really. But what they do is they use your profile. You can go and get what's known as a prop fund account, and that is a trading account that's funded at a high level, 100,000, 200,000, sometimes more. But in Incomation, those are the two levels they work with: 100,000 and 200,000, and then they take that and they add that into their trading, which means that they can make more money with less risk. The more funds you have, the less risk that is involved in trading. I'm not getting into details now, but that is a fact. And so they add that into their fund. The money they make, they split with you 50-50. But the prop fund as well, for staking you at high levels, also want their cut, and they usually take about 20%. So you end up with about 40% of the actual gains in the month. But that can still be a considerable amount, because even if it's, well, it wouldn't be 10%, but 10% is very easy to explain. 10% would be a tenth of the 200,000 if you had a 200,000 account, which would be $20,000 made in the month, and you'd get 40% of it, which would still be a very nice share. Now, that is unlikely to happen. It's not going to be that high because they trade very, very cautiously. And so the rewards are likely to actually net out, if you've got a 200,000 account, somewhere between 2,000 and 3,000 a month, totally passive income. It's a share in the profits that Incomation make from using your name and identity, basically. If you have a $100,000 account, it would be roughly half those amounts, between 1,000 and 2,000, or between 1,000 and 1,500 perhaps in a month. But it's all totally passive income, and it's from profit share. There are some programs we have that are directly trading with your capital, your personal capital that you put in, and one of those is really, really solid and sound, and that is Vortic International. And they trade for you every 5 working days. And on the Saturday, they transfer the profits of the trading into your account, into your wallet, and you can withdraw it and spend it, or you can reinvest it, or whatever you like. One of the great things that they've introduced now, because it used to be you had to have a minimum of $50 before you could invest, and you had to do that through buying a new portfolio, and the lowest cost portfolio was $50. Now you can add to an existing portfolio, and all you need is $10. Now you might have only had a $50 account, and you might have only earned, what would you have earned? $4 maybe in the week. What you can do now is you can add $6 to that $4, so you've got $10, and then compound your income. So instead of now trading with $50, you're trading with $60, and that $60 will get you a little bit more next week, and so you wouldn't need to add in as much, maybe $5. You add another $10 in, so it give you $70, and you can build it very, very quickly using that strategy. Adding a little bit in to your income that you've received, get to the next level, and you can get up through the plans as well in that way, earning more and more and more as a percentage of your investment. A very solid program. They're very transparent, they're very honest, and Vortic is one that we highly recommend. CoinMarketCap seems to be going very well. I don't know enough about that to be able to recommend it on the same level, but we still recommend it. But it's not something that I would say, I think Vortic is as safe as you can get. I don't think you can get anything safer than Vortic. CoinMarketCap, I don't know. I would put it in the maybe mid-range risk area. There's some that have been high risk that we've had a go at. They don't tend to last as long, but they'll pay you a very large amount while they are around. And we've got things like funds. Now, funds is interesting because we try and help our members. We've got a lot of members who don't have $50 to get into Vortic. They don't have $110 to get into funds. And so we have on occasion said to people, okay, if you want to pool your money, we'll get in as a group and we'll see what happens with it. And funds is one that we did. And it's interesting that I've been saying I'll find out when we invested and what we've got, and I've got the figures out on that today. And we actually started investing in funds on the 21st of May. So we're a day short of a year away. But that didn't pay out until the Friday. I think the 21st was a Saturday. So it was not until the next Friday that we actually started getting paid. Um, and over that time, we've roughly um, increased or multiplied people's deposits about 4 times. And the minimum we had that was put in, I think, was $12. So if you came in with $12, that $12 is now worth $48. However, it's not quite as simple as that, because you can't withdraw all the funds from funds, because some of it is locked in over a 9-month period. And I've still got to work out exactly what we can pull out and the best way of doing things. But I think what I'm leaning towards is, by the time we get to next week, when we'll have had a year up, is saying, okay, what we'll do, everybody that came into that group, that team, we will give them back double their money. We'll pull that much out. We should be able to get that out from funds, and that will leave money in, but it'll leave in pretty much twice as much as you put in to start with. And if we look at that in 6 months' time, that will be like the end of November. So it would be a good time to make another payout ready for the Christmas season. I know that is the time when people look to try and get a bit more extra cash together. And so we'll be, what I'm leaning toward is paying out an amount of double what people put into funds 12 months ago, within the next week or two. And then in 6 months' time, you'll probably get a similar amount out leading up to Christmas. And we'll have a look at what we can do and what we've got left and how we can do the best thing at that time. But that's what I'm leaning towards at the moment. I will be sending a message out to all the people that are involved in that investment club that we put together, and letting them know what I propose. And if there is no major opposition to it, then we'll go ahead with that. Another thing that we have is all these third-party plans that we have, these plans that are outside of our community, also generate income, because we set up usually there's an admin account basically for We Share Abundance that people join under. Sometimes directly, sometimes it pays out for different levels and so on. And one of those plans is one that I mentioned already, Beyond Infinity, which is a profit share, and they have a car plan now. They've had that for about a month, I think, maybe less than that. And that is, you put in $250, and in a year's time, they'll give you a $25,000 car. In addition to that, $200 will go into your Beyond Infinity Gold plan, getting you a bigger profit share from the income that they already are achieving. So that's been interesting. We've been buying those car plans because it's the best way to move forward and shorten the time span to getting passive income from that Beyond Infinity Gold plan. But we have, I think, 4 cars now ordered at different level. I think we've got 2 at the $25,000 level, 1 at the $50,000 level, and 1 at the $125,000 level, I believe it is. I may be mistaken, I'm working from memory, but I think that's what it is. And I've been wondering what we should do with those cars. And it came to me this morning when I was meditating that we will be putting in place the mall. I'm hoping that we get the mall in place this year. But we won't be getting those cars or we won't be getting the form to fill out with the dealership and everything else that we want for the vehicle, because you choose your own car. They don't say, okay, it's 20% of your car. You choose your own up to that value that you've bought. And it's 100 times the value that you put in. It's a real good deal. In around about 10 months' time, they give you a form to fill in with the dealership and the car you want. You've got to go to the dealership and sort it all out with them, get exactly the car you want ordered from them, and then you fill in the form and you send it to back to Beyond Infinity, and they sort out the finances with the dealership, and that's it. Boom. Well, in 10 months' time, which will be about March of next year, by that time we should definitely have the mall in place. Now, it won't be the complete ultimate mall that I envisage, but it will be a mall that will be able to sell digital products. You as members will be able to sell them perhaps by that time, but certainly that will not be far off, even if we've not got it in there. But there will be digital products that we can sell, and we'll be able to sell through our mall these cars. And you, as citizens of We Share Abundance, will be able to say, hey, why don't you go and buy one of these cars? Now, we might run it as an auction, perhaps. If we've got a $25,000 car, we might say, okay, starting price is $10,000. If you want to get in, $10,000, and we will sell it to the highest bidder between now and the actual delivery date. and so we can put the car in on an auction. Okay, it'll need fine tuning a little bit, but we can do it. And of course, the member that sells the car, if you like, because everybody that visits the site, although there will be some orphans that will just find it through searching around, like they do, but most of the traffic will be from you guys, you members, saying to people, why don't you go and buy a car at a cheap price? I've got one here for you, new car worth 25,000 or worth 50,000. You might get it for $20,000, $50,000 car. Go and take a look. They will be locked in to you from your affiliate code. And so when they buy that car, if they buy let's say it's a $50,000 car, and they buy it for $40,000, they get a real good deal, but you're going to get maybe 10% of that. So you'll get $4,000 for having sent that person to our mall. And they may buy other things as well in the mall. We'll have other things, but it will be a real good traffic boost to have those real good deals on the mall, where people can get something that they really want at a knockdown price. And in addition to that, whoever sponsored you will also get a commission. It may be the same amount, it may be 4,000, it may be two. We've not decided the exact numbers on it yet, but that will be in place through two tiers. So it'll be up to you to encourage all the other people that you've introduced to get out there and advertise the mall. You can get out there and advertise them all. And if you sell one of these cars, maybe you sell that one that's going to be what, $125,000. Maybe you will sell that $125,000 car. Let's suppose you get 10%, $12,500. Boom, just like that, one sale. How about that? And you're not selling nonsense and rubbish. Most of these high ticket sales items that you see out there of oh, buy this wonderful seminar that'll teach you how to make money online, and it's being held in Bali, and it's going to cost you $30,000. And you could have booked a holiday in Bali for like 3 or $4,000, but they're selling it for 50,000 and calling it a business seminar. It's not one of those spoof. It's, do you want to buy a car at less than you can get it from your dealership? Go here, get it. You can make huge, huge commissions if we do it that way. And so that's something that I've been thinking about, and I think that can be very powerful. And we've got Alibaba in saying good morning from somewhere, and we've got Andrew Dean in from New Zealand, where it already, what day are we on? Saturday. It's already Sunday morning. I'll, I'll know it's Saturday, next Saturday, definitely, because it's the Premiership final between Saracens and Sale. Of course, I'll be rooting for Sale. I used to play for Sale, but not the professional Sale side. We didn't have professional rugby when I was playing rugby in the UK. It came in when I was in the United States, as did substitutions and things. It's horrible. I still don't like substitutions in rugby, even today, and they're even worse in football. And I approve of the system that they have in cricket, where you can get a substitute fielder on. He can't bowl and he can't bat. But if you're in the field and somebody's injured, you can get a substitute in who can field. And that sort of thing is good. But substitutions in rugby, you work your socks off for 50 minutes wearing down your opposition. You've got them in a position where you're now going to really take advantage of all the effort you put in. All of a sudden, you want somebody fresh again. To me, that is not fair. Okay, I don't care what you say. It's not in the spirit of the game. Not in my opinion. Okay, that's my soapbox about rugby in its current state. One of my hates, anyway. But anyway, I will be interested in that final, which will be taking place. I think it's 3 o'clock kickoff next Saturday. Right. What else have we got? I think that's all the news I've got for you, really. Get into your Vortic account. If you've not got enough in there, add a little bit in so that you can compound. If you've got enough, add a bit more in so that you can compound more. You can, you might have scraped everything you've got together to get a $10,000 account, and you've made $600 on it this week, and you want to put that $600 in, but you would have liked to have put in a bit more, and you've now got another couple of hundred. Put it in and add it to your 600, and add your whole 800 in, and it's going to earn at that top level. Not like it was in the past when you had 200 and you think, should I put it in because 200 is only going to make me 4% a week or something like that, whatever it is. I think it is 4% a week, isn't it, if you're at that level, instead of 6% a week at the $10,000 level. It's a big difference when you compound that over a 12-month period. But now you can do it. You can add bits in. You've got that 10,000 account, and you can put in. You can keep adding to that $10,000 account and building it up and building it those huge commission rates. Not commissions, income, revenue. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Richard says, I don't think you can withdraw USDT from funds now. They have adopted USDC. So everybody should check the withdrawal wallet address that they have saved in funds. Okay, well, I've not made any withdrawals, so I don't know. But I will be obviously looking at that and checking on it before we get to it. But it doesn't matter what we get paid out in. We will get it out, and we will send out to the people that were in the investment club, provided we get no major criticism of what I'm proposing. We'll double their money now, double their money in a year, and they'll get a similar amount before Christmas, and then we'll take it from there. And it doesn't matter what it comes in as long as it's spendable. Okay, right. Well, thanks for the update on that, Richard. Obviously, when it comes to withdrawing, I will be checking on that. I don't know what the difference between USDT and USDC is. Actually, I'm not a crypto expert by any stretch of the imagination. Okay, but we'll get it sorted. I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover now. Get into your Vortic account, get your compounding done. If you're going to withdraw, you need to make your withdrawal before 11 p.m. London time tomorrow. So you've got a day to withdraw. You can compound at any time, but you want to get your compounding done before that time as well, because that way it'll be in, boom, straight away on Monday. You want to get it working for you day one that after you've done your compounding, and that's Monday. So get that done as well. Don't wait until next week. Get it done now. Right, where are we? I have some numbers for you. They are, oh, I was going to say a bit down on yesterday, but they're not. They're a bit up on yesterday, actually. I thought we'd been more, perhaps it was the day before that was a lot higher. For the last 24 hours, we have a net increase of 10 in our registered members to 39,058. We talk about a net increase because we take out people that are totally inactive. They're not logged in for 2 months. They're not interested, so we get them out of the database. We always get new members registering, and usually we have more registrations than we have people that are leaving, and that's the case today by 10. So it's up to 39,058. Active members are people that are logging in every day. Usually they can miss a day or two, but usually they're logging in every day. That count is up by 19 in the last 24 hours to 3,777. Multiply WISA, we did get a few cents from the revenue share when we logged in today, but not enough to take us up to the next dollar level. So we're still at $10,151 in the bonus pool. And that's those. I think that's covered everything in my notes. Yeah, if anybody knows what's going on with OnPassive, they can let me know, and then I'll let everybody else know. If I can find anything out, I've not been even to log in to read a summary. They usually post a summary at the last meeting, and there was one about a week ago probably. I should log in and read that and see if there's anything noteworthy in that I can pass on. We'll have to wait and see. As far as I'm aware, you still can't make any money with OnPassive, and that is what people are waiting for. But it will come. We just don't know when. Ash is not in the habit of rushing things. I think that's a bit of an understatement, but there you go. Okay, so that pretty much covers it. I'm going to check now in the Melon app and see if we've got any questions from YouTube or Twitch. I did mention early on that Lewis is in from Portugal in YouTube, just saying hi to people. And there's nothing else there either. So that's it for today. I'll be back same time, same place tomorrow. 7 p.m. London time on YouTube, Twitch, and in our Facebook group, we share abundance publicly. Until then, be Visa warriors. Get out, share some love and abundance. Be of service to as many people as you can. Give away some of those coupons that you've been given. Everybody gets them. Even free members get a couple of coupons every month that they can go out and give away and earn money by giving them away. And more importantly, you're helping the people that you give them to. There are people that you give them to that will get coupons. They'll be coming in as a paid member at the lowest level, and they get 5 coupons at that paid level. They can give those away and make $15, and that's a lot of money to some people in some countries. Help a few people out. Go the extra mile. Be these warriors. You'll find great joy and happiness the more you do it. Until tomorrow, that's it from me. God bless you all. Thanks for being here. I love every one of you. We are always working behind the scenes to make things better. And this is our breakthrough year. It's going to be a great year. It's taking us a bit longer to get there than we had hoped, but we're going to get there. We're going to start the ball rolling and rolling. Once it starts, believe me, that's going to have that snowball effect. It's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, rolling down the hill, and it's an unlimited hill with unlimited snow. How big can we go? It's never been done before. We're going to do it. Okay. God bless you. I love you all, as I say, and see you later, alligator, in a wild crocodile. See you later, alligator. Always wear a smile. See you later, alligator. Yeah, go the extra mile. See you later, alligator.